Hey, it's Bri, and I'm about to tell you guys all my business. If you've been here before, thanks for stopping by. And if you're new here, go ahead and click that red button and subscribe. And don't forget to click that bell for notifications, because I know after this video, you guys are gonna wanna see Bri all the time, every time I upload. Okay, so I'm about to smoke with you guys because I feel like, one, I really do need to smoke. And two, I feel like it'd be easier to talk to you guys about this if I'm faded, because I was never gonna talk to you guys about this at all. I filmed this video before and I was so angry when I filmed the video. Not only was I so angry, it was just a lot going on. I actually realized that I lost the charger for my camera in the middle of filming the video. So my camera died, I had no way to charge it. And then I couldn't even use my phone because apparently I can't film more than 10 minutes on that bitch. I kind of took it as a sign that maybe you guys didn't need to know my business like that, you know? Basically, I fell out with my mom. I've been going back and forth with if I should come on my channel and talk to you guys about my relationship with my mom, because I know that when I was getting along with her and everything, a lot of you guys were in the comments and you were like, what? Like, you get along with your mom? Can you give me advice? Can we have a story time on how you and your mom became cool again? And I would see those comments, and even though I felt like it would have been a good idea at the time to come on here and go, me and my mom, we're a happy family now, I just knew like deep down that it wasn't gonna last. Like, the situation that made me feel like, okay, I'm good off her, like I don't want to have a relationship with her. Before that situation happened, we was getting along. I feel like that's the longest in my adult life that I have ever gotten along with my mother, but I'm cool off her. So when I filmed this video the first time and I told you guys like I was all in my feelings and stuff, I was like angry, and I feel like that video was all over the place. On top of the technical difficulties, like why did I have to buy a whole new camera charger? Where did my camera charger go? Basically, everything went wrong the first time that I filmed this video, to the point that I was like, damn, I'm gonna talk about this with my friends. One of my best friends, actually. And I was like, you know, I'm thinking about doing this video because YouTube is like my therapy at this point. But at the same time, like all this stuff was happening when I was filming it, and I feel like God wants me to shut up. And then at the same time, I also don't want to give these people energy. And my friend, you know, she was like, you're right, you shouldn't give them energy. Like, life goes on. You know, that situation sucks, but life goes on. And the best thing for you to do, especially if you know that they're gonna watch you, is to continue living your life and just act like nothing ever happened. But now I'm at a place where I'm like, I don't feel like I'm losing anything by telling you guys this, by sharing my story with you guys. If anything, I feel like it actually is gonna heal me, and it's gonna show you guys that like I'm still dealing with stupid shit and stupid people. I'm just way better at handling it now. I'm making this video because I feel like this situation has taught me so much about myself and how I want to move forward with my life, and I kind of want to use this situation to like inspire other people to prioritize themselves. So I'm not making this as like rebellion against my mom or to paint her out to be this arch villain in my life. I heard my mom, she let me know how she feel about me. This is how I feel about the situation. The only difference is thousands of people get to watch me online, including my own family, who likes to watch my videos to make fun of me and to talk about how I'm so lost in life. That's another reason why I did not want to make this video, because I'm like, my channel is called Hey It's Bri, and I've spent so much of my time giving other people energy on my channel. This is my channel. This is my shit. I was kind of in the mindset of like, if I know people don't like me, okay, me and my mom, we got into it. Everybody in my family is basically going to be checking my YouTube channel and refreshing the page to see if I'm going to expose my mom, if I'm going to do a story time about it. Like, honestly, that is corny to me. That is very, 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 very corny to me. If I don't like somebody, if I think somebody is a failure, a bum, they're never going to grow up to be anything, they're never going to amount to anything, If I felt that way about somebody, I would not be watching them. I would not care what they have going on in life. And I know that for a fact because the reason that these people are on my bumper is because they know I don't care what they have going on in their life. Like, they have to be on my bumper. They have to be obsessed with me because deep down they know I have so much potential. I have so much going on. Like, I could be putting my energy into my channel so I can be rich, so it can go from being a dream to a reality. Why would I be sitting around thinking about you? You don't have a channel. I don't follow you on social media. And even if you do have social media, even if you did have a channel, do you really think I would be typing you up to search you if I thought that you were not shit and never gonna be shit? No, I would not. That's just me though. A few months ago, I was getting off work one day and my little sister called me and asked me if I wanted a car. And at the time, I was riding the bus. I was getting a bus and a train to work every single day. And I was okay with that. I had accepted that. Did I want to be riding the bus? No. Who wants to ride public transportation? Especially when you live in LA. No, I didn't want to be on a bus, but I was totally fine doing that shit, right? Mind you, this was like a regular Tuesday afternoon. I told you guys I was getting off work. This was like a regular day, and all of a sudden at like 6 p.m. I'm being offered a car. So I'm like, what do you mean do I want a car? And basically my little sister explained to me that my mom was at the dealership. She was about to get a new car and she needed somebody to take over the payments for her old car. So my sister passed the phone to my mom, and my mom pretty much lets me know how much the monthly payments on the car are gonna be. It didn't make me nervous. It didn't make me feel like, oh, you know what, maybe this is a bad idea. Because in my mind, I was like, God would not give me something if I couldn't afford it. And so I saw it at the time as a blessing, and I saw it at the time as like an opportunity to step my cookies up, because now I gotta pay this car note every month. When I originally took the car from my mom, we had an agreement that I was gonna pay the car note. That was the agreement. That's why I took the car. If my mom started telling me all the stuff that she was gonna do later down the line, I would have never took the car, because I would have been like, you're trying to finesse me. Something that I noticed about my mom is that she has such a street mentality that she won't even turn it off for her own children. She will finesse her own children as if I'm some stranger off the street. And I do not understand that about her. I don't get that, like, at all. That's not very real bitch of you to take advantage financially of your own children. Like, that's not what real bitches do. Like I said, when my mom gave me that car, we had an agreement. I was just gonna pay the car note. My mom gave me the car in October. In December, my mom started talking to me about how I'm gonna have to pay the insurance on the car. And I was like, girl, that's not what we talked about. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not what we agreed to. Why are you switching the agreement? I wasn't really like irritated by it because I enjoyed the freedom of having a car. I just felt like, don't start springing stuff on me. Like, don't think that I'm just gonna pay for stuff just because you tell me to pay for it. Like, I need a heads up. I'm a grown-ass woman. So I have this conversation with my mom about the auto insurance, and let me tell you how she twisted this situation, right? At the time, I did not know that my car was also in my grandfather's name. So I didn't know that a lot of the decisions that my mom was making was also going to affect my grandfather. When my mom tells me that I have to start paying the auto insurance, she proposed it to me in a way like, your grandfather is trying to sabotage me. Why can't I have nice things? I'm trying to do something good for my kids. I'm finally getting along with my kids. He's trying to make it hard for me to get insurance. Like, the way that my mom presented the whole like insurance situation to me, it made it seem like I'm gonna support you. I don't like how you're just telling me this out the blue, but I'm gonna support you because I do want to see you win. That's my mom. That's how I felt. Like, I was like, yeah, we both winning. You got a new car. I got a car. I'm off the bus. We gonna shit on these people. We're gonna prove them wrong. I need you guys to understand that when my mom brought up a conversation about auto insurance and me having to pay the auto insurance, she was beefing with my grandfather. She literally told me not to talk to my grandpa. So I wasn't calling him. I wasn't getting his side of the story. I was only going off what my mom was telling me. Now, keep in mind, she never brought up the conversation again. Like, she never called me and told me, okay, so this is when you're gonna have to start making payments on the auto insurance. The only thing she did was tell me, I need you to pay it. She didn't say, I need you to start paying it by X, Y, and Z, like a real bitch. Now, that is very, very, very important, because one day I came back from work. Now, let me tell you, it used to take me an hour to drive to work. and an hour to get back. So do you really think that I was in the mood to argue with my grandfather as soon as I got home? Like, bitch, I wasn't even in the house for like 10 minutes before my grandpa comes banging at the door, banging on the windows, talking about give me the keys to your car. I'm like, give you the keys to my car? I just got off work. I'm working my ass off to pay for this car. You talking about give you the keys? And at this point, I had already bonded with the car. Like, I was already getting iced coffee and vlogging and telling you guys story times from the comfort of my own vehicle. So I didn't know what he was talking about. And I was like, my mom was right. You really are trying to stop my bag. Like, I was not trying to hear nothing he had to say. I was just irritated, and I was coming from this perspective of like, damn, my family do not want me to have anything. Like, damn, can a bitch have something? So I was not having it. And then my grandfather tells me that car doesn't even have insurance on it, and my name is on the car, and I'm not gonna let you drive around with no insurance. And I thought to myself, I don't have insurance. Why did my mom do that? Like, why did she take the insurance off the car? Especially because I was fucking fighting a DUI. Why would you take insurance off of a car that's not even in my name, girl? And you know, not only do I have a DUI, but I have a fucking warrant out for my arrest. Why would you, as my mother, think that that is even logical to do? So when my grandfather told me that, I was flabbergasted. I was shook. I FaceTimed her. I couldn't do a phone call. I FaceTimed her, and I was like, why is my grandpa over here cussing me out, telling me to give him the keys to my car? This is what happened, because I don't feel like going into detail, but basically, like, my mom went to my grandpa's house, told my grandpa probably a month after she had already took the insurance off my car that I was driving around with no insurance. And then my grandfather knew that at the end of the day, my mom doesn't give a fuck. All she cares about is herself. So he couldn't react to her because she doesn't care. She, at the end of the day, has her new car, and she, at the end of the day, has insurance on her new car. So she really doesn't care what happens to me. And I know that what I'm saying is true because she was actually literally amused. My mother thought it was fucking funny that my grandpa was taking his anger for her out on me. When I realized that my mom thought the situation was funny and that she really didn't care, I hurried up and wrapped up that conversation. I started talking to my grandfather because I'm like, okay, well, I didn't know that your name was on the car. That's information to me. And we're gonna have to work on a compromise. You know what I'm saying? Because you know I'm dealing with this DUI situation, so I can't even get insurance. What are we gonna do? My grandpa was pissed. He should be. He's like, you're driving dirty. You have a warrant. Like, he was mad on multiple levels. I really feel like the car situation, my mom was kind of using that to separate the last family that I had. Like, me and my grandpa, like, that's my road dog. And the car situation could have really ruined my relationship with my grandfather. And I feel like my mom would have taken pleasure in that, because a lot of the stuff that my mom did around this car really drove a wedge between me and my grandfather. When I started to spend quality time with my grandpa, I'm like, why was she putting me against him? Like, why was she putting us against each other? Thank God for that situation, because, you know, I went to court, I took care of that situation, I was not charged with a DUI. Everything ended up working out in my favor because my mom tried to fuck me over. And that's why God is good. Like, that is why I'm sitting here telling you guys my business, because at the end of the day, I always fucking win. When are people gonna realize that? Like, when are they gonna understand that about me? Yeah, my grandpa was like, either way it goes, I'm not gonna let you keep this car. I find out how much my mother owes on the car that she gave me. And she owed a lot of money. She owed more money on the car than it was even worth. Why are you making payments on a car like you got a Range Rover? Like, let's be for real. Or a BMW. It was a Kia, you know, and I had never financed a car. Every car that I had was either given to me or I paid with cash. So I really didn't know what was going on, you guys. I swear, I did not know. He let me keep the car, obviously, because I was working, and we were gonna use that time to figure out what was going on with the DUI, which ultimately we did. But yeah, after that situation, I started to pay my car note late. I stopped stressing myself out about how I was gonna get the money to pay the car note. I genuinely stopped caring. If I had the money to pay before I get charged with a late fee, then I pay before. If I don't get the money till after the late fee, then they just gonna charge me the late fee. I don't care. I kind of started to like match my mom's energy. I was just like, what kind of game are you running here? Like, you really think I'm slow, or you really think I like you that much just because you're my mom that I'm gonna let you take advantage of me? And that's what was really blowing me. Like, you think that because you're my mom, I just like, I'm blind to your character? I can't even ask you for $60 and you're sending me threatening texts talking about how you're gonna get the car repossessed. I'm like 2 days late on the payment. You know what I'm saying? You're not even asking me, hey, when do you think you'll have the money by? Like, I know how normal people communicate, because the way that my mom talks to me, nobody wants to be talked to like they're a slave. Yeah, my mom treats me like I'm her slave or something. Like, I'm just automatically supposed to respect her because she got drunk one night and allowed my dad to get on top of her. That's why foster children, or people like Keisha Cole who like know their mom but they have a second mom, that's why people get offended when it's like, oh, but that's not your mom, that's not your mom. A mother is not necessarily like, oh, you give birth and you're a mom. To be a parent, you gotta put work into that. You know what I'm saying? It takes work to be a mom. It takes effort to be a mother. And she didn't even raise me, you know? And then when I sit back and I see that she's making my little sister's life a living hell, I'm like, well, yeah, no wonder she had one kid that she didn't raise. She doesn't know how to be a mom because she didn't even raise me. So what do I expect? Why did I think that she would do a better job with my sister? That whole car situation, she took the insurance off the car. She was sending me threatening texts and constantly making it very clear to me that she does not care about me. Like, my mom told me she doesn't care if I have to walk the streets and sell myself as long as I pay that car note. And I've only told that to my close friends and my little sister, but that's what my mom said to me. And I know she meant it, because my mom, you know, you have to have like a wild ass mom to even comprehend what I'm saying. And you know what I like to tell people? Like, it would make more sense if my mom was a drug addict. She's not even a drug addict. I can't even blame her behavior on, oh, well, she used to do crack, or, oh, like, she's trying to get off alcohol. She's not a crackhead and she's not an alcoholic. She's just evil. Like, something is just wrong with her. And it's so fucked up, I can't even use that excuse. Like, I actually have to face reality. Like, that is just who she is at the core. But yeah, I just felt like my mom was disrespecting me a lot. Like, she was testing my gangster for fucking real. It was a lot of times where I wanted to get in my car and go over there and whoop her ass, my own mom. Like, it was to the point that my friends was like, man, if this was not your mom, you wouldn't even be talking about her. Like, we wouldn't even be talking about this bitch. Like, the way that my mom acts, people that know me know that I don't tolerate that level of disrespect. And I also don't tolerate people like her. People that are just users. People that just take advantage. Have so much to say about other people, but when you look at them in their life, they literally bring nothing to the table. Like, why are you so opinionated? Why do you have such a high opinion of yourself? Confidence is actually built through accomplishing things. What the fuck have you accomplished? You know what I'm saying? To be so judgmental, to be so nasty, to be so mean. The final straw for me, because I was just telling you guys what led up to the final straw. This right here is the final straw. So one day I called out of work. And it's funny because I lied and said I got in a car accident. You know how they say the power is in the tongue? When I lie now, I make sure that my lies are something that I want to come true. Like, oh, sorry I didn't text you back. I was in Mexico for a month. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if we gonna manifest, let's manifest things I would like to experience. I told my job I got into a car accident, and in real life, I was hungover. Once I ordered DoorDash and I started feeling better, I went to go get my car washed, and my car was freshly washed. It looked so good. The bitch looked like she had got a BBL. And not even 6 minutes after I left the car wash, I got in a fucking car accident. And it wasn't even like a real car accident. It was like a fender bender, in my opinion. And of course, I got in an accident with the most difficult fucking person on the planet. I had $500 quite literally in my glove compartment that I was willing to give her. She was like, no, I need to do a police report. I need to do a police report. And let me tell you something. if I had auto insurance, which I know I did not have, that whole situation would have been over in like 25 minutes or less. I would have gave her the auto insurance. I probably would have gave her the $500 too. I had a date that night. I would have went on my date. I knew I didn't have auto insurance. I had to show the lady something because I knew I had a warrant. So that simple fender bender, because I'm telling you, in real life, it was not a big deal. I have totaled cars, bitch. I know when an accident is a big deal. This was nothing. I ended up having to call my grandpa because, like I said, I didn't have no insurance and I had a warrant. So I had to call my grandpa to come over there, wait for him to drive in LA traffic to get to where I was. Then this lady demands a police report. We were out there, you guys, for literally 3 hours before we realized police don't even come out for shit like that. Somebody gotta actually need the paramedics for the police to come to a car accident. Otherwise, call your insurance, exchange information, and go on about your day. So that lady really had us out there for hours, man. At that point, I knew I was not gonna have my car no more, because that lady had me and my grandpa outside for hours. Like, she really wanted that police report. Then when she realized that the police was not gonna come, we had to follow her to 2 different police stations, both of which were closed. I mean, she was really doing a lot. She was really doing a lot. I knew my grandpa was over me. I knew it because exactly what he did not want to happen ended up happening, all because I didn't want to get up and go to work. Look at me holding myself accountable like a real bitch. I'm trying to tell you, I'm a lot of things, but at least I'm me. At the time, I'm not gonna lie, I was being very childish. Like, my mindset around the whole situation was very immature. At the end of the day, I just got used to having a car. If you look at it from like a bigger picture perspective, I've had cars and lost cars at least 4 or 5 times. Like, I don't know why I was freaking out like that, but I really wanted to keep that car, dog. So I'm on the phone with my mom and I'm like, I'm gonna convince her myself, because I believe I'm a very convincing bitch. I get on the phone with my mom and I'm like, let me keep this car. What do you want? I know you just want money, da 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 da. And then it got deeper because she was kind of taking me as a joke, and I realized that she was taking me as a joke. And because I was in my feelings, it actually hurt me that like I was going out my way to compromise with my mom, and I don't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have to have a relationship with you. You have proven to me time and time again that you're not a good person. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to have a relationship with my mother, and you're laughing in my face, and you're laughing at my pain, and you're laughing at the situation as if I'm an entire joke to you. And then I shifted the conversation and I'm like, do you want to go to like family therapy? Because it seemed like you got some beef with me. Like, it seemed like you don't like me. And then my mom started saying some stuff. She was like, well, everybody can't be wrong about you. And you know what? Without going too much into detail, I realized in that conversation with my mom, in that moment, that she doesn't like me, because I started to really listen to her. And when I was really listening to my mother, she sounded like those girls in school that have no reason not to like you, and you confronted that girl. You're like, why are you fucking harassing me? Why are you acting like this, right? And she's like grasping at air, trying to come up with a reason with why she personally has an issue with you, because she doesn't have a right to have an issue with you, because in real life you didn't do nothing to that bitch. You're jealous that I'm winning. You're jealous. It's okay. It's fine. I just realized in that conversation she don't like me, and I accepted it for what it is. When I tell you I took that L, do you know how hard it is to like believe on a spiritual level that you're supposed to have a relationship with your parents? Like, I believe in God, and I genuinely thought that that is what God wanted me to do. Put my pride aside, at least try. And then I started to realize this is not what God wants for me. God does not want me to be disrespected. That shit hurt my feelings, but it didn't hurt my feelings that bad because I accepted it for what it is. I haven't talked to that lady since that day. I told my mom on the phone, I said, when I listen to you, it sounds like you don't even like me as a person. She had enough common sense not to straight up say that she doesn't like me. She kind of like reworded it in a way where it was like, I don't like the direction you're going in life, and I don't like the person that you're choosing to be. But she's a fucking Uber driver. If you live in LA, my mom probably is giving your ass a ride to work in the morning. I'm not even being funny. And she gonna sit up and toot her nose up at me and talk about me with a whole bunch of other played out bitches. That's really what it is. Y'all played out, y'all a throwback, and y'all old. And that's why y'all need to sit around and talk about me, because I'm not wasting my beauty. I'm not wasting my wisdom. I'm not wasting my pain. Everything that I went through is for a reason. And y'all mad that I figured out how to make money out of it. I see that. That's okay. That's okay. That's fine. Now I know to put you in a category of a hater, and I'm gonna treat you like a hater. Do not think that because you have the mother title that overrides you being a hater. No. Hater overrides mom. I'm sorry, because you can't have that energy around you, like period dot at all. My mom likes to drive wedges in any relationship that I have. I know she tells my little sister not to talk to me. I know that my family, they want me to just be alone with no family support because they think that God is just going to let me rot away. I really don't know what the fuck these people think. Like, clearly God is over my life. How is that not obvious? So many people have kicked me when I was down. They was like, finally, she's down. Let's beat this bitch ass. And I'm still here. Is that not God to you? That's why I'm cocky, bitch. You can't stop me. You can't stop me. Let me tell you why I decided this is the perfect time for me to get on here and tell y'all my business, okay? When I realized, okay, I'm not gonna have a car anymore, I was not happy about that. I'm still not happy about that. Every time I get an Uber, I'll be mad as hell every time because I'm not getting on the bus. That's not happening. But every time I have to get an Uber, I'm just like, why is this bitch driving me when I could be driving myself? Especially because I went to court and I took care of my license and I got insurance. Like, I did everything that I was supposed to do, and I'm carless. But let me tell you something. Minor setback for a major comeback, and I'm gonna tell you why. My mom giving me a car and then sabotaging me the whole time that I had the car, pretty much. Sabotaging me financially and also sabotaging my freedom because, like I said, why would you take insurance off of a car when you know your daughter have a warrant? Like, you don't like me, and that's cool. But that whole situation, it made me feel like I never want to depend on my family again. Like, I never want to consider going to them as an option ever again in my life, because I decided after this whole car situation with my mom that I will never be disrespected at that level again. Like, I'm only getting older and I'm not a little kid, and I feel like the only way people can respect me as an adult is when I tell them to get the fuck out of my life, and I mean it. I'm not one of them people that will fall out with you and then be cool with you again. Like, if I really had to make the decision after seeing a pattern of behaviors that you need to get the fuck out of my life, believe me, it's gonna take God himself to open a door for you to have access to me again. You know what I'm saying? And every time I give people the benefit of the doubt, they do end up stabbing me in the back. I do need to learn to just accept that some people don't vibe with me. I could be an angel to them. If I don't vibe with them, hey, I'm just not their cup of tea. And clearly, I'm not my mama's cup of tea. That situation taught me I want to depend on myself. I want to stand on my own 2 feet. And I really don't want to be anything like my mom. And so I started to develop an interest in growing my credit and really establishing my credit. That is like my biggest obsession right now, my credit score. Because having good credit is going to open so much more doors. So this whole situation with my mom taking the car back, even though it was unfortunate, it was definitely 100% a learning opportunity for me, because it taught me the true character of my mom. I don't have to be delusional. I can call a spade a spade. I can say, okay, my mom doesn't like me, and that's a fact. I know it as a fact because I gave her no reason to turn on me, and she did it anyway. By realizing that I don't have that parental support in my corner and that I'm never gonna get it because I'm only getting older, instead of sitting around and waiting for her to be something that she's never gonna be, I'm about to turn into the woman that I want to be. Because at the end of the day, I only can control myself. I don't really care how other people view me or what other people say about me behind my back, because I have an amazing perception of myself. I'm in love with myself. I am hilarious. And not only that, I'm smart and I'm pretty. And a lot of girls are not all three. All these years, I've been a grown-ass woman, and it took this situation for me to go, I gotta really put some energy and effort into getting this credit score right. Because this credit score is what's gonna get me a bomb-ass car. And this credit score is gonna get me that luxury apartment. It's not just about the money. And I'm grateful to God that he opened my eyes and really let me know that, you know, like, there's levels to this adult shit, and I will guide you through it. I really feel like God used that opportunity to let me know once again that he is my best friend, he is my counselor, he is my provider. If you know him, you know him, and if you don't, you don't. But I'm gonna tell you, I don't need real physical parents in my corner, because God has been in my corner time and time and time and time and time again. And that's why I keep bossing up. And that's why I changed my name to the Superstar Bri, because I'm done pretending like I don't deserve for my dreams to come true. I'm done downplaying myself. I'm tired of that. It's actually boring. Let's spice it up. Let's make more people hate us. That just proves how excellent you are, how sexy you are, how powerful you are, how you living in bitch's mind rent free and you're not even where you want to be. Yes. Yes. The power that I possess. I'm so happy that I'm coming on here filming this video again because my energy is totally different. Like, I'm telling you this because I'm trying to stay consistent on my channel. YouTube is therapy to me. So you guys don't know this, but I have literally been tiptoeing around this topic. Do I want to tell you guys? Do I not want to tell you guys? Once again, I feel like I have set myself free by coming on here and telling you guys what's going on and being honest with you guys. Because I know a lot of you guys were actually rooting for me and my mom's relationship to work. God got me, okay? At the end of the day, I'm the Lord's child. That's all y'all need to know. I feel like that's all I gotta really say about this situation. I genuinely feel like people want me to come on here and they want me to have a mental breakdown and then they want to talk about it in group chats, and I'm not gonna do that. Like I said, it's hey it's Bri, not hey it's we. At the end of the day, nobody matters but me, and that's not even me being conceited. That's just a fact. That was great therapy. Felt good to get that off my chest. I think I'm done talking. If you guys like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Support your girl. Get those fingers moving in the comments below and let me know how you guys feel about this situation, how you guys would handle dealing with a narcissistic mother. If you can't tell, I don't want no parts, girl. Y'all my family now. Like, we stuck together, bitch. With that being said, I love you guys so much and I will see you in the next video. Till next time.